It's so sad that this man can speak very eloquently, that he can make great points. But the funny thing about this man, Shannon Sharp, is the fact that he'll speak out against racism and speak out against discrimination against black people, right? But he's married to a white woman who is part of the society, who is part of the class of people who have been oppressing blacks for centuries, for decades, forever. How in the hell am I supposed to take you seriously when you clearly know what racism is because you've experienced it yourself as a player? You know what racism is because you're a black man, okay? But you talk about racism and how it affects us all as black people. You know who perpetrates it, but yet you're married to a white woman who is part of that system and can easily go back to that system while you get left behind. How am I supposed to take people who are in interracial relationships seriously when they talk about racism, which is mainly perpetrated by white society against black people, but they're in relationships with a white person? Isn't that a walking contradiction? Isn't that a walking hypocrisy? Because to me it is. No matter how eloquently or how well you speak about things and how educated you may be on the subject because you experience it, you look like a fucking fool talking about racism and discrimination, but that ain't stopping you from being with that white woman, right? And I'm not saying this out of a place of hatred. I'm saying this out of a place of, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a contradictory thing. That's why many of us in the black community who are all about black first and be one, okay? We don't look at these people in interracial relationships as anything but idiots. We can't take you seriously. Because when you speak on this shit, you're contradicting your relationship with the person that you're with because they're part of that society. And you have accepted to be with that person of that society, and you've also accepted to have children with those people in that society. Yet you speak about racism, you talk against it. It just doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Then you got people like Jake Fromm here, who had a leaked text message about talking about how white people are elite. How basically saying that white people are better than blacks, than anyone. The thing that kills me with these racists, because they are racist, I don't give a shit if you don't think they are. Most of these white dudes and these white women who say these things, because white women say it too, let's not fool ourselves here. They say these things and then they apologize after these things get out. I don't want you to apologize for what you said, because what you said is what you feel. This is the thing that black people need to start understanding, because there are still a lot of lost black people that are going to still love white people no matter what. And I don't want you to hate white people, because I'm not about hate. I'm not about hate against anybody. They hate us. I don't hate them. I just don't like them. Okay? But this is what you need to understand as black people. These people can say what they want about you. They can make these bold ass statements, right? And then when they get found out, because someone leaks it, someone gets it out to the press and to the public, they will say, I'm sorry. You're not fucking sorry. You said what you said because that came from your heart. I don't understand why you apologize now. I don't understand why you pretend to be ashamed, because you're not ashamed. You're proud of what you said. That's why you said it. Most of the time, if we say things we don't mean, we say it out of anger. These people are having casual conversations and saying what is in their fucking heart. And I notice it time and time again. All these white people who keep getting called out for their racism, they always want to apologize. It's too goddamn late. What was it? Was it H&M, I think it was, that did that thing with a little boy talking about the coolest monkey in the jungle? They knew what the fuck they were doing, and then they want to apologize after the fact? No, you don't need to apologize. I mean, yeah, you should, but at the same time, the apology doesn't mean a goddamn thing, because they did it because that's what they feel. From the time that I was 13 years old, Malcolm X has always been my hero. Unfortunately, before then, I didn't know much about Malcolm X at all. But I started to like Malcolm X a lot, even at that early age, after watching the movie and then, asking people that were militant about him. And I still wasn't even militant at that time as a kid. But I liked the ideals and what he stood for. And I still love those ideals to this day. And I'm not going to lie to you people. I know some of you will say I'm racist, but I'm not racist. I consider myself a black separatist in the way of I believe black people need to depend on each other and no one else. I believe we need to have black schools run by black teachers for black children. And we need to have black businesses run by black people with black people as employees. We need to do for ourselves. That is where I go. That is where I stand when it comes to black separatism. So people will look at me and say, oh, you're a black separatist, so you're racist. Now, I'm not fucking racist at all. When I say I'm a black separatist, I mean that we should do for self, like Malcolm wanted us to do. Malcolm wasn't racist either, and I'm not either. I believe in what he believes in. Black separatism. Our own police, our own schools, our own banks, our own businesses, just like Black Wall Street. It can happen. This is how I feel. We need to be separate from those people that don't give a shit or don't care about us because they just want our money. They don't care to have us around. I spoke my piece.